So here's an interesting story that came up today. Spoke with somebody who had done a loan modification. I don't know if you guys remember, but about 10 years ago, that got really popular. There were all these companies advertising on TV and banner ads saying that you can modify your mortgage and get better terms. In some cases, people got principal reductions or just got to defer a big bunch of the principals until down the road, or reduce the principal. But what they did do is drop the rate to ridiculously low levels, but temporarily. So, for example, I saw one where the rate was dropped to 1% for the first couple of years, and it's been cycling up. Well, this was done 10 years ago. So that rate is now up to 4.5%, 5%, and rates for a typical conventional loan are a lot better than that right now. So this person has done a good job getting their credit in order, and they have enough income, so they're actually going to be able to refinance that loan into a regular, vanilla brand, boring 30-year fixed-rate mortgage with payments that they can manage that are cheaper than the payments right now on their modified mortgage. How great is that? And they were thinking that they might not qualify to do this refinance because they were trying to pay off a loan that had been previously modified. So I'm wondering if any of you are in that kind of a situation to where you've done a modification and think you might not be able to refinance anytime in the future. And depending on the terms of the modification and what the rest of your credit looks like, you might be able to. So if that is your situation, shoot me off a message. Let's talk about your situation. If you're in California, I can help you personally. If you are in other states, I can help you find somebody that will take care of you. Now, when I refer clients out to my friends in other states where I don't do business, they don't pay me for that. I'm doing this because we all watch each other's backs, and we want to make sure that our friends get taken care of and don't get taken advantage of by these big box call center lenders that add a lot more points and fees than are needed to get a normal mortgage, and that make it a lot more hassle for the client to get that mortgage. Because a lot of these companies just don't have any kind of sense of urgency or client satisfaction in mind when it comes to trying to put the process together. A recent friend, wow, you really make order out of the chaos from this transaction. And that transaction was easy. There was nothing difficult about it, nothing that was over the top. Anybody should have been able to do this well. And what he said is, this was the easiest transaction I've ever had. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. So on to other stuff for today. The employment report came out for August. Fewer jobs were created than they had expected, but wages were a little bit higher than expected. But all in all, the report wasn't positive enough to cause interest rates to jump. As a matter of fact, rates spiked a little bit yesterday because of news that came out about the trade wars and how it looks like they're coming together with a deal to where things aren't going to get as nasty as people were worried about. So rates bumped up a little bit yesterday. Today they came back down a little bit, not quite to the same level they were at on Wednesday. But all in all, I've been telling you guys, we are moving into a recession soon. You know that. I think you all accept the fact that it's going to happen. Look at it on the positive side. The opportunities that it's going to give you to save money long term, as long as you have enough equity, are going to be great for you. Okay? So what I want you to do is, first of all, if you're paying 4% or higher on your mortgage right now, shoot me off a message. Tell me your loan amount. Tell me what your current interest rate is. And I'll put you in my patented tracking system and let you know when you should be looking at refinancing. The advice that I give people is anytime you can save money and pay little to no closing costs, it's a good idea to do it. Does that make sense? Now, if you call up one of these big call center lenders or online lenders, what they're going to try to do is they're going to say, hey, you should pay 4 points right now, plus another $3,000 in closing costs to buy that rate down to 3.25%. Well, the problem with that is before the end of the next recession cycle, rates are probably going to end up in that level anyways. So if you pay 4 points plus closing costs on, say, a $400,000 loan, which is really typical for what my clients owe, it's typically $400,000 to $600,000. But on a $400,000 loan, that could be $20,000 in fees that you will not recuperate before the market gives cheaper rates to you on its own. If you guys don't understand that, or if shoot me off a message, we can talk one-on-one about this, and I can explain why my philosophy is that it's better to let the bank pay your fees and give you a cheaper rate if that's in the cards, as opposed to paying extra to get it even cheaper. Sometimes it makes sense. Sometimes for certain tiers, they just don't offer a no-point, no-fee loan. Or sometimes due to some rate arbitrage that's going on, we have an option where you can make up the difference lightning fast. So when that's the case, but that's a personal decision, and that's something that I can lay out the numbers and let you just clinically take a look at it and decide what's best for you. Okay? So the employment report was good, but not fantastic. So people are not worried that the Fed's going to stop dropping rates. Recent comments from Chairman Powell indicate that they're probably, the market's priced in that we're going to have some more rate drops this year because things have not kept along at the economic. And let's see, this weekend I have an open house in Lafayette, California. If you're in the Bay Area and looking to move into the La Miranda area, come by and see me. I'm going to be at 3372 Walnut Lane in Lafayette. Let me tell you guys, this is the best deal in Burton Valley right now. I've been to all the homes that are open in the area. This one literally gives you the most bang for the buck, and it's ready to go. Every other home that's on the market in that area has stuff you have to do for it before you can do it. So you can buy it and move in as is. It's just great. So I will put a link to that in the description. If I can modify it after the fact, I don't know if I can. But check out my feed for other videos or pictures about that open house if for some reason it doesn't show up in the description here. Okay? Thanks for watching. I've done something a little bit different this time, so I don't know if everything worked. It's possible I've just been talking and you're not hearing anything. So if it didn't work, I'll just erase these and try again. And anyway, hope you guys have a great weekend. I'm assuming your kids are all back in school. Hope everything's going well there. Mine's actually off this weekend on a retreat with his choir from school. They are taking a bus off somewhere to do a kind of bonding experience and get to know each other better, which they do every year. And outside of that, reach out to me and let's talk. Thanks, everybody.